So you are a cheater, sir. A gentleman and a scholar, but a cheater. John, that goes for you as well. One of the hardest things about being the best man, this may come as a shock, but gracefully losing on the golf course to the father of the groom and the priest. It seems really easy, but it's not when you're this good. And Cody knows, but I had to let them win. It's not my fault. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I, as a lot of men in this room, met Cody working at the Movers, since half of their enterprise is incorporated of the same family for some reason. Okay. John's dad, his uncle, his future brother-in-law, himself. That is where we met. I actually met John a long time ago. We ran the road for a long time together, met up on jobs. I met Cody later on, and him and I spent a very good amount of time on the road. And when you're on the road, you get to know somebody really well. Even more well than their wives, siblings. You're talking about a long time locked together in a truck, in a hotel room, maybe only one bed, sometimes by request.
Terry, earmuffs.
It doesn't really matter.
Earmuffs up there.
But I'll never forget the first time Cody and I became best friends. And to this day, it's one of my fondest memories. If you can picture for a moment, take on this journey, come with me. Cody and I, on a long, long country road through Illinois, heading to Chicago. Going to meet one of my very good friends. It's maybe our second or third trip out of town together. Okay, so a few sleepless nights in the hotel, one bed, like I said. But on this long road, and on our way there, Cody decides to throw on some music, which, unbeknownst to him, he thinks will throw me off. This is a challenge, a test of manhood, if you will. I'm not sure what that exact first song was, but it was in the genre of late 90s to early 2000 pop. Christina Aguilera, NSYNC, Boyz II Men, Backstreet Boys, take your pick. One of the following. And for a good hour and a half at least, it just became a challenge between who could play the next late 90s or early 2000 genre pop music and would not know the words to that song, which we both did. Two heterosexual males all singing and some other songs, which there are children in the room, so I'm not going to repeat the words, but that moment was that once in a lifetime moment where you look at each other. Did we just become best friends? Do you want to do karate in the garage? You do. And that is one of my favorite moments of my time with Cody. And Cody and I both, when we started running the road together, we were single men, the both of us. Single men running the road, like I said, one bed, you get it. I don't want to beat a dead horse. But within weeks of each other, we both met the women that we would end up spending our lives together. My beautiful wife is somewhere in the back. There she is.
There she is.
There she is. Thank you, honey. You know me well enough to know it takes one. Right. And the day Cody met Sam, and he told me, and I will never forget this, he said, man, I met this girl, she changed everything. And as a single man, any of you in this room, you'll know when you have that moment in your life when you meet somebody and it changes your perspective on being a single man, on running the road, going to bars, doing whatever it is you do as a single man, sleeping in one bed with another man in a hotel room on the road, no one else is around. It doesn't matter. All those things go out the window. They change forever. And that definitely happened when he met Sam. And having a child, my wife and I both know that it's very difficult to find people after you have a child that still stick around you, that still want to have game nights, that come over, that they remember their birthdays and they bring presents and they do all these things that a lot of friends kind of go by the wayside when that happens. And Cody is not that man, and neither Sam is neither that woman either. They're very special to my wife and I. They're very close to us for a lot of reasons. especially because of their relationship with us and our daughter and the way that they respected our parenthood and stood by us. Excuse me. This wasn't part of the speech. Anyway, it's going good. It's going good. I don't want to drag this on, so I'm going to leave the stage with two separate quotes, with two different meanings. Okay? Some of you know I've served some time in the military, and among military members, there is a quote, and the preacher's sermon earlier during the speech about never letting anything get in your way, never letting anything come in between your marriage and this holy sacrament this pledge that you have committed to each other. You will never let anything come in between that. And there is one quote that sticks to mind amongst military members. And that quote is, and it is what it is. When the demons come, call on me, brother, and we will face them together. And this is my pledge to you, that if there is any hardship, anybody, or anything that should try to come between you, you can call on me, and I will stand next to you forever. That is a promise. I love you guys. But I am not done. My second quote of the night. Yeah, we get it. You had your time up here. I'm trying to filibuster this thing. How long can we go? My last quote of the night, of course, is from one of my favorite movies of all time, comedy movies, Wedding Crashers, which leaves a lot of open endings. You could go either way. Are there any Wedding Crashers here tonight, by the way? I've always wanted to know. Anybody not invited that just showed up in the back? No? As long as you brought a gift, we don't care. The bar is free. That's all. There he is. There he is. Hey, guy.
My man!
Okay. But my last quote from Wedding Crashers, which I think fits pretty good into the relationship between these two loved ones, is the definition of true love, which Rachel McAdams asked Owen Wilson before she gave her speech for her sister's wedding, if you recall. And the quote goes, "The definition of true love is the soul's recognition of its counterpoint in another." And I believe you two have found that in each other. I love you both. I'm here for you always. You're very special to me. And I wish you nothing but a lifelong, happy marriage. Together and a lot of game nights to come with me and my missus in the back. I love you guys. Thank you.